on trend lines, price action, and Fibonacci series. To start with, let us quickly go through the previous day's analysis and see how Nifty has played out. So yesterday we yesterday I have mentioned that the first support would be 17,770 and the first resistance would be 17,900 and second resistance would be 17,970 and the third resistance would be 18,080. And I also mentioned that if Nifty breaks below the first support, that is 17,770 and closes below it, we can expect more fall. And if Nifty breaks above the resistance and closes above the previous opening, we can expect some consolidation or rise up to 18,150. So today, Nifty opened much above the support actually. So it opened at 17,950 and as you can see there isn't much downward move from after the opening. So the support was strong and then Nifty broke through a couple of resistances intraday and it almost went up to 18,150 but then saw some heavy selling there and the resistance has pushed the price down. And finally, towards the end of the day, Nifty closed above previous candle and almost on par with the opening of the Thursday candle, that is 5th Jan candle. So overall, there was a lot of strong support around 18,000 area for Nifty, and there was some resistance at 18,150 area also today. And if you look at the intraday price action, okay, here. Let me move this aside a bit. Right. So this is the third resistance which I mentioned in the previous analysis, 18,080 level. So, roughly 18,070 to 18,080 is the resistance zone. There Nifty played for almost 45 minutes before breaking above it. And when it faced resistance at 18,150 area also, while falling, it took support around this zone, and then after that it broke below it, and around 18,000 area, Nifty took very strong support and rallied up to close almost a little higher above 18,100. So coming back to the daily view, it can be seen here that in the previous analysis, I have spoken about this rising support line coming into play from the lows of June here. So this is the low of June, and from here, it almost gave support when there was this drop in when is it in October or toward the end of September, and it again gave support towards the last week of December. So this rising support line was broken here on the last day of previous week on Friday 6th Jan, and today this support line was again this line played as resistance, but due to the massive support Nifty got, it broke above it and closed much higher than this. So going forward, we can expect again this line to play support whenever price comes closer to it. As of now, uh, so the top of today's candle is 18,150, which is going to be a key level to watch tomorrow. There is a possibility that Nifty can open gap up higher than this the current session's high, or it can open somewhere within the body of this candle. And depending on the support or resistance it is going to face, the price action will unfold. Okay, so let us look at what Fibonacci series is going to tell us. Also, one thing to note is that the previous candle on 6th Jan has broken below the 100 DMA, but today Nifty opened much higher than that, and because of the massive support it got, it never even came back to testing it and rose above it. Also, one more observation that we can make from the price action in the previous candles is that falling from the all-time high till 23rd December, Nifty made a sharp decline. Then it took some support here, rose up again. It faced some stiff resistance around 18,200 to 50 areas, dropped below, and today it again took a sharp U-turn. And this particular U-turn, even though it has closed higher than the previous session and is looking very bullish, I think this will not be lasting for quite long because um, this kind of sudden reversals will usually again give to further more crash from a higher level. Once the resistance builds up enough, you can again see Nifty coming back to somewhere like 17,800 levels. It may happen in a couple of days. Okay, then looking at the Fibonacci series retracements, where this is the retracement plot from the all-time high to the lows of December. So the 23% retracement was at around 18,040. So roughly 18,040 or 18,035 area, and that was broken. And uh, Nifty tried to almost go up to 38%, but it could not. It faced resistance at around 18,150. That is this area. So I'll mark this particular line 18,150. So and the 38% resistance is somewhere here, which is about 18,200. And one more thing to note is actually uh, the highs of most of those previous candles in this consolidation zone, they're about at this level. That corresponds to about 18,000, roughly about 18,240, something like 18,240. Yeah. So even this can play out as a strong resistance should Nifty rally almost up to this point if it rallies. So the Fibonacci retracement from the all-time highs to the lows of December shows that yeah there is a little more upside left to the Nifty if it can rally up. Okay, and let us see what the RSI is looking like. Okay, RSI looks like it is some kind of consolidation range. So yeah, it fell. It again took support. Is rising back to the previous the consolidation levels. So there isn't much to input from the RSI. Okay, overall, looking at the trend lines, price action, and the Fibonacci series, I think tomorrow's support will definitely be the bottom of this candle, and apart from that, bottom of this candle is like this level. That is anyway obvious. Apart from that, the intraday today's intraday support 18,080 level, and the present close 18,100. And there is one more from this particular area, around 18,040 to 18,035 is also going to be a support. So to conclude, 18,080, 18,035 are going to be the nearest supports for Nifty tomorrow if it opens above these levels. And the resistance is obviously going to be this one, the top of the current candle, 18,150. And if Nifty manages to break down this resistance, it may go up to 18,200, or even can slightly, if the momentum is strong enough, it can go up slightly above it. And again, it depends what it is going to, what kind of resistance it's going to face at that point. If it faces stiff resistance, it might drop down a bit, or if the resistance is too strong, it can actually, after hitting somewhere this area or so, it can come down maybe to this level, because this again is the support. It played out here, it played out this as a resistance, it played out here. So once price goes above this line, this line will become as support. So even if Nifty goes tomorrow, it manages to break this resistance. If it again rallies up to this point, and if it faces resistance here, this particular line, 18,150, is going to be strong support. If for some reason Nifty opens, let us say, what is the top of this candle? If Nifty, yeah, so if Nifty falls below this 23% retracement level, like 18,035, 18,040 levels, then this level in turn will become a resistance, and we may then see some downward price action. But also we have to notice that this upward rising support line, so it will come into play around this particular price, 18,000 level tomorrow. So the 18,000 is going to be a very, very strong support to, even if Nifty tries to drop. So to conclude, this is how from observing the candle, we can infer that the present candle is bullish with both support and resistance wicks, and it has faced resistance from 18,150 level, and support around 18,000 is also very strong. The trend is definitely looking up for the time being, and wicks is about 14.65. It has fallen about 2.53% from the previous value, that is from yesterday. So any short puts, like buy puts and all, would have lost good amount of value today. And the support levels for tomorrow are, first support is at around 18,080, and the next support is at 18,035. And if Nifty manages to break 18,035, 18,000 or around 17,980 is going to be the next support. The reason I mentioned 17,980 is that there is one intraday intraday runaway gap here at about 18,986. If Nifty manages to break below 18,000 also, this gap may again come into play as a support. If Nifty breaks below this level, what is going to happen depends upon the price action there. But again, so between 18,000 to 18,000, 17,000, 85, it's a strong support zone. Talking about resistance levels, 18,150 is going to be the first resistance. If Nifty gaps up above this, then 18,180 or 18,200 zone is going to be the next resistance. And between 18,230 to 18,250 is going to be the third resistance zone. So, what we can observe from the price action in the trend lines and the Fibonacci series is that depending on where Nifty is going to open and what kind of support or resistance it is going to face, we can come to a conclusion of what we can expect the tomorrow's move is likely going to be. And depending on the opening levels, we can plan a few trades. So if Nifty manages to open between 18,080 and 18,100, so that is like slightly below today's close, 18,080 will be playing as a support. So in that case, one can buy calls with 18,035 as stop loss. The reason I mentioned 18,035 is like this is around 23% retracement level from the lows of December. So even if there is a slight price action dipping below 18,080 also, the chances of stop losses getting triggered can be avoided if one plays with a slightly the next resistance level. So the first target would be 18,145, that is slightly below the first resistance. And the next target is about around 18,175 or 18,180. If this also happens to be taken down, the resistance 18,180 to 200, one can expect to hold the buy calls if they are in profit up to 18,225 or 230 levels. Same thing with sell puts. If one chooses to sell puts with a bullish view, the stop loss can be 18,035 and 18,145 or 175 can be the targets, depending on what the price action or how it is going to unfold. And if one wishes to short Nifty, it is better to either wait until 18,035 level is broken down or wait for a strong confirm the reversal around the resistance levels 18,180 or 18,200 to 30 to 40 levels. And then after shorting there, if the reversal holds, I mean the reversal sustains, one can expect the target to be near in 18,000 or 17,990 level. This particular first target is likely to be hit if Nifty breaks below 18,035. The reason is that, as I mentioned, there is a runaway gap there, and that gap can play as support. Uh, Probably due to the momentum, the price can come, Nifty can come up to that level and then take some support there. Okay, if Nifty opens between 18,035 and 18,080 levels, the price action has to be watched a little carefully, depending on the price action. Buy calls closer to the stop loss level, and with that level as stop loss, one can hold it up to 18,145 or 18,175. Same case with selling puts. If 18,035 happens to be broken down, then one can initiate some shorts with targets of 17,990 or 17,930 levels. If 18,035 or 18,040 level sustains and Nifty rallies, then it is wise to wait until a confirmed reversal happens near the resistance levels. If Nifty, it's a less likely chance, but if Nifty opens below 18,035, then it's a good shorting opportunity. Sell calls or buy puts with 18,035 as stop loss, and adjust the targets as the price action unfolds. If Nifty opens below 18,035, wait until the price sustains above 80,035. That means the resistance is taken down, and then initiate long positions. And if Nifty opens above the current close, that is like the close of today, 18,100 level, then one can buy calls or sell puts with 18,100 itself a stop loss. And then that, because if Nifty opens above 18,100, we can infer that the support is strong, and the price action and the momentum can push the price action up to 18,180 levels or 18,230 to 40 levels. So they can be the corresponding targets. In this case, when Nifty opens above 18,100, don't short immediately. Wait for a confirmed reversal at one of the stronger resistances and then short. If Nifty opens with a gap up above 18,150, this is also a probable scenario. In this case, Nifty is likely to sustain that gap up and rally up to the this higher resistance levels. So in that case, one can take some long positions with around like 18,100 something like that as stop loss, because 18,100 is the close of the previous session. Even if Nifty faces some resistance and then gets pushed down, one can expect support around that level. So 18,100 can be a stop loss, and the target can be 18,230 or 225 levels. Also short only when Nifty shows confirmed reversal near a strong resistance point. So folks, that's it. The analysis, post-market analysis of Nifty. So wait for the price action to unfold, and depending on where the Nifty is opening and how the support and resistance plays, take your positions, uh, safeguard your profits and capital. Have a good trading day. See you tomorrow in another analysis.